Hi there, I'm Cliff Barrett, Xplane dedicated. Today we're going to have a look at the a300-600r iniBuilds aircraft, and we're going to program the MCDU. As you recall, in my first video I'd already done the cold and dark, and I had to get some information and data from SimBrief ready before we could get going. Before we get going though, please, I know there are lots of people watching the videos, but you're not subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share the video as far and as wide as you possibly can. It really helps me, and it really helps the channel also. So, first things first is we needed to get that flight plan from SimBrief because we needed some data to go into the FMC and the EFB. So, here we've got the EFB and the FMC open together, or should I say the MCDU. I'm just going to put in the departure and arrival, so it's Cardiff to Malpensa, and you can see on the left on the EFB that I've got that data 0 fuel weight, CG and fuel on board. So we'll just put this in because we've got the flight plan already. We insert it, and now I need to put my flight level that I'm going to cruise at, so 350, and then flight ID, which today is going to be Monarch 2302, and we'll put that there in the bottom. Okay, what we need to do now, of course, is to check our takeoff and arrival. So let's just do that now. So get onto the takeoff page, whoops, go up to Cardiff, and we want runway 30 and Brecon 1 Alpha. That's the standard instrument departure. Done, and now we've got to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page to get to the arrival airports, unless you know of another way of doing that. But anyway, scroll to the bottom for Malpensa, click on that, and now we want the star, standard terminal arrival. It's ILS 17 left, and it's an ASTI 1 hotel arrival, and so that is complete. Now we've got our data here. We need to get that into the MCDU. So first we go to the perf page, TO perf page, put in the airport and the runway. So we've got that information and data, there we go. And now we need an ATIS. Oh, I'll choose flat 1515 first, and then we need the ATIS. So we're going to request the ATIS here. You can see it's getting the ATIS, then reading the ATIS, and then inserting the ATIS, and that will put everything into the EFB, which is transposed over into the MCDU by computing. So we're computing, and there you see everything is computed. So we've got V1, VR and V2. Send that to the FMS or MCDU. All that information has been sent over, but you'll notice that the V1 and the VR speed have been transported, but not the V2 speed. And the way we get the V2 speed in is you don't put it into the MCDU. You have to go to the multi-control panel, which is on your glare shield, and we'll go there in a minute, and input that number 149 in there, and you'll see what will happen. So here we are. As I put in the speed 149, you can see it changing on the MCDU. There we go, 149. So that is in. So all of that's correct. V1, VR, V2. Just check a couple of things now here. And we need our init page, so we have to go back to the EFB. So just go through my views here, get back to the EFB, which is here. And we have now got to go to the load sheet page. We're now on the load sheet page here, and we just need to get these figures across. So 0 fuel weight, which is 36.6, put that up there in the block fuel, sorry, and then fuel on board, which was 284.8, that's the 0 fuel weight, sorry. And then finally our CG, and it should be 29.8, but unfortunately I kept my finger on the 2 too long, and so we had this little error. It does happen sometimes. There's 29.8 for our CG, so we'll put that in there now. Excellent, that's well done. And that is more or less it. I think we've got everything we need, and yeah, it looks really, really good. So just checking through a couple of things here on the flight plan. Oh, what we need to do is make sure that we've got the speed correct on the MCDU. Oh, sorry, the multi-control panel at the top of the glare shield, and also our altitude as well. So just check through this now. Just make sure everything is in the right place, all the figures are in the right place, yeah. Everything looks good. You can see my constraint there at Brecon of 6,000 feet. Climbing to 102 as we go past Brecon, and just get to the glare shield now. Check everything's okay here in terms of what are we looking at? 149. Yeah, we now need to get our constraint speed in there, which is 6,000. So we'll just put that in now, 6,000. There you are, 6,000 feet, and everything's complete. And that is how you program the MCDU. I really hope you found this video useful, and the next one in this series is actually going to be configuring the aircraft for takeoff and probably taking off, and then the video after that will be full flight. Anyway, don't forget, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share and like the video. We'll see you soon. Cheerio.